All right, traders, before we celebrate the weekend, we have to do a final trade recap analysis. We're going to be going over the trades that were made today. We're going to be doing an in-depth price action analysis on the SPY, teaching you the unique trading strategies that we're using to consistently make money every single week. I'm also going to be giving you my update on the SPY towards the end of this video. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Trader Society because I'm telling you guys, this community that we've built is truly incredible. There is nothing like this. The SPY floor, this is the money-making floor, and I got to give a big shout out to Mohammed and Jim C. They absolutely crushed it, man. In terms of what they did today was truly incredible, and the results are coming in, man. The profits are rolling in. Dimitri made over 11K today, and people are getting results every single day. Bobby started his small account challenge last week. He already turned $900 into $3,000 almost. It's absolutely incredible on the results that people are getting, and the polls are coming in. Top cheese polls, he has 78 green, 5 red. The dude's a beast, man. He is COVID sick right now. He's still trading, he's still live streaming, and he's absolutely crushing it. And then in terms of the polls within Trader Society, we have 60 green and only 2 red. One thing that I always encourage you guys to do is to cash out and take some profits every once in a while. You're going to want to compound your account, but you're also going to want to withdraw and take some profits out. Now, in terms of our style of trading, we like to scalp. We get in, we get out very, very quickly, in and out, and we like to compound our account and then also pay ourselves along the way. So with that being said, let's get into the trade analysis. So in terms of the SPY and what I told my team this morning was, in terms of our analysis, this is what I said. At 9:29 a.m., right before the market opened, I said SPY is going to explode up to fill the gap from 393.17. If that level reacts as a resistance, you can try scalping puts for a quick gap close reversal with a max pain at 394. Both of those trade ideas worked. Basically, if I think it's going to explode up and fill the gap, what I'm going to look to do, I'm going to look for key dip areas to buy. So if we're bullish and we're thinking SPY is going to fill this gap, so it gapped down and opened up lower than it previously closed, what are going to be some key levels of interest where we're going to be interested in buying? Well, where all the support is, right? And you could see there was a lot of support towards $391. And we also knew that there was a gap to fill below that already filled and that has been reacting as a reversal throughout this and last week at $390. You have a mini gap right here. SPY had a gap up. It opened up higher than it previously closed, and that gap was at $390, which was the best level to be targeting calls for a reversal. I ended up taking a very heavy starter position a little bit early when this was at $391, and it dropped to $389.40. And I literally added heavy at the exact low. And then I sold this when it ripped to $391.70 for a very, very nice gain. And then we played calls again on the dip. And then we sold in towards the gap as well. And in terms of the gap close reversal strategy, it ended up working 3 times today. We had this gap to fill right here towards 393. Right here, it formed a bearish candlestick for a trend reversal, narrowly filling the gap for a partial gap close reversal. That was an opportunity for puts. Jim C ended up hitting puts towards the exact peak at 392, and he literally held all the way till the lows right here and sold into the lows. And then shortly after that, Mohammed in the SPY floor, man, I got to give a big shout out to Mohammed. He alerted calls at the exact low of day when SPY was at 390.50, and he sold into this massive rip at 393. And then he alerted puts at the exact peak when this was at 395.50. I did the same as well. The reason why I bought puts at 395.50, literally at the exact peak, the reason why I did that was we know 2 things about SPY. We know at 3:45 p.m. is a key time for short-term reversals. If it's overbought, overextended, it's going to try to crash resistance. We also know it was forming a triple top, and it formed a gravestone doji, which is the most bearish candle trend reversal candlestick you can possibly see at resistance. So save that gray candlestick and make sure that it shows up on the chart platform that you're using, right? So when I saw that gravestone doji form at key resistance, because if you watch yesterday's video, I told you there's 3 levels I'm looking at for puts. I said 393, 395. 395 and 397, 398 was the best range. So when I was looking at this towards this 395 level into the close, I put 2 and 2 together. I said, okay, this is overbought. It's forming a lot of resistance. It just formed a gravestone doji on the 1 minute. Why not try to hit some puts at the previous support? See the previous support at 395. Well, if that previous support reacts as a resistance, then it's going to go bearish and have a nice move to the downside. If it breaks down, reacts as support, then it's going to go bullish and try to break out to the next level of 396. But I was looking at the 30-minute chart as well, and it looked like it was struggling, and it looked like it was very weak. And to me, it just made sense to play puts at 395.50 because I'm looking at this resistance at 396, and we're getting down to the wire into the close. It's already overbought. It's due for a small pullback, and I combine that kind of theory. You could see the nice sell-off on the 30-minute right here with the 1-minute chart, just seeing how it was struggling multiple times, and then it formed the gravestone doji, which was my confirmation. Once I saw that gravestone doji, I hit puts right here when it had this small spike up. Gravestone doji is bearish. It starts to crash. I don't buy puts into the crash. I wait for it to spike back up. Previous support right here reacts as a resistance. I buy the puts, and then I sold into the dip for a nice win. Those were the main trades that I ended up doing today. So the notable ones were literally buying and scaling into calls on the dips twice for very, very nice wins, selling into the 391.70 spikes. I did that twice. Mohammed literally nailed it perfectly. Right after Jim C sold his puts from the exact peak he bought at 392, he was selling towards the lows right here. Mohammed bought calls and it just skyrocketed as soon as he got in. And he said he was going to hold it for 30 minutes. And it was just perfect what he did. And then from there, I told people, since this was breaking above 393 and it was just resting, forming support, the next level it's going to try to go to is 395. So I just sat on the sidelines, didn't do anything, and the puts already worked multiple times at our level. We're not going to keep hitting it. It already worked 393, 1, 2, 3 times for quick scalps in and out towards the gap, right? So I just sat on the sidelines from there, and then towards the close, I identified the resistance. I identified the key trend reversal time towards 3:45 p.m. I noticed 30-minute was looking bearish, touching towards that 396 level. And then I said, okay, this is a great confirmation. We have a gravestone doji, which is a very bearish trend reversal candlestick, the best candlestick you can possibly use. In terms of reversals and resistance. These are reversal candlesticks. So if you see these great candlesticks form at heavy support, that's very bullish. If you see them form at heavy resistance, that's very bearish. You want to use them at the key levels. Combine that with your trading arsenal. Pay attention to those great trend reversal candlesticks, right? So that was the main trade and the main recap. But I'm telling you guys, in terms of this SPY floor and this community that we've had, there's truly nothing like this. Like, it's truly incredible in terms of what we created. And I want to give my big shout outs to Mohammed, to Jim C, to what they did today was absolutely insane. Bobby, he had a phenomenal week and he's absolutely crushing it. And Dimitri, I just want to give a big shout out to these guys, man, because in terms of their performance and who they are, and Top G, of course, it is truly incredible on the group that we've had. I've never seen anything like this, and we're only going to continue to grow and get better. So big shout out to everyone, man. As a team, as a whole, collectively, this was another multi-six-figure day, man. The pulls are just absolutely unbelievable. Top G 78 green, only 5 red. Like, most traders, the standard industry is like 90% of people are losing and 10% are winning. With us, right now, we're averaging above 75% winning. It's absolutely insane. Trader Society had their best day of the week. We had 61 green and only 2 red. The results just keep on getting better. 84 green yesterday, only 10 red. Like, it's truly incredible on what it is that we are doing and accomplishing as a team. And the results and profits are rolling in every single week, man. It is truly incredible. Greg made over $6,000 this week. We have so many people. Dimitri made $11,000 today. It's just incredible, man, on the results that people are getting. So I want to give a big shout out to the team, because in terms of what we built and the community that we've had, there's truly nothing like it. And it's just very exciting to see on where this is going to go and how we're progressing because we just got a new member within Trader Society. He joined about 3 weeks ago. And I could just tell right off the bat, just studying this guy, his first week in terms of his activity and what he's doing within the chat, he's literally like one of us. Like, he's on our level, and it's truly insane. Like, there's 4 to 5 people that I see on a very, very high level that are consistently making 5 figures a week, and they're crushing it every single day. And this new guy joins, and I already see him as on that level. It's truly incredible on like the network you can attract through social media and through educating people through these videos. So I'm very excited to see the new people that we have and the people, who are not considered on our level to rise up as time goes on, as they're studying, as they're taking action. So for those of you who are new in Trader Society, I would really encourage you to take advantage of the SPY floor. Do not gamble. Do not blindly follow people. See the trades that they're making in real time. See when they get in, see when they get out. Look at the charts, ask questions. Don't blindly do things. You're going to learn a lot just by seeing their trades, and you can practice on Webull with paper trading options and just get started, man. You just have to get started. So with that being said, that was the main overall recap. You guys know when SPY gaps down and it's at key oversold support, especially towards a gap, we don't do puts, we hit calls. And when we're seeing all of these 30-minute wicks forming, we're going to keep on hitting calls towards the dips. And that's the main thing that I was doing today. And then from there, I explained to you on how we were able to get puts at the exact peak. So yeah, it's just truly incredible, man, because in terms of Muhammad, he literally alerted it like seconds before me. He alerted seconds before me when I bought these puts at 395.50. He literally alerted it seconds before me. It's truly incredible that people are seeing the same exact trades that I'm making before I even speak about them. So big shout out to him, man. I really want to pay my respects to those people because it's truly amazing on what they're doing. So yeah, with that being said, in terms of next week, I'm going to give you guys a new update once futures trading sessions are up, heading into Sunday evening. In terms of right now and in terms of my analysis on the SPY, so this daily candle, in terms of this daily candle, this is considered, it does look a little bit bullish, but it can go either way, right? So in terms of our new key level, one of our key levels is always the closing price. So 395.75 is going to be one of our key levels. What we know about 395.75 is this is a key resistance level, right? It's not the best resistance level, but it is a key resistance level that we're going to keep an eye on. We're still watching 397, 398 best price for puts. 396 is make or break. If it reacts as a resistance, we're going to sell back off. If it breaks down and reacts to support, we go to the next zone of 397, 398, watch for puts there, right? So we're at make or break. We'll see how it reacts. You guys know when SPY has massive gap downs, when it gaps down, we just look for ideal dip buying levels to buy calls. And in terms of our key levels for calls, we look for massive support with big upside potential. So like right here, massive support, big upside potential, which is why I was buying calls towards 391. We know the best level was right here where I literally added towards the lows, towards this 390 gap, right? We look for gap close reversals. We look for key support, right? So for those of you watching these videos, just know whenever SPY has our gap downs, we're looking for gaps to fill below. So right here, there was a little gap at 390 for a reversal. And we're also looking at key support. The gap is the best strategy, but we're also looking at key support. So you can see we have a lot of key support at this 389, 390 level, 392, just some zones to target on some calls, right? That's what we do when SPY gaps down, and then we just look to ride and sell into the gap. We sell into the move. We don't hold it all the way for this gap to fill at $393 right here. We just sell into the move, into the spikes, right? And I was averaging down into the dips as it was dropping. I saw it as a gift because we were all very confident that it was going to fill that gap, and we stick to the plan, and we did very, very well. We did not get hurt on puts. It crashed 3 times in terms of scalping. This is if you scalp puts towards the gap, this is a nice print. Jim C hit that one very, very nicely, and he held towards the lows and got out perfectly. And then right here, this was even an opportunity. It had a little gap close reversal. If you hit the puts at 390, 319, the best price, it did drop to 292.37, and that's very, very good money. You just get in, you get out, you sell. And then right here was another opportunity. It went above, but it crashed right back down. So there was 3 opportunities for puts at the gap close reversal. The plan was absolutely perfect, like we said. We're going to be focusing on buying calls to ride this back up because we're going to expect it to explode the gap. So we're going to be targeting calls at support, and there was support at 391, there was support at 390, best level for the gap, right? So we did very, very well on the calls. And then in terms of the puts, we were hitting puts towards that mid 392 to 393 level. And then I called it when it was starting to just crunch, and I wasn't in on any puts. It was crunching above this previous closing price. I told people, all right, if it holds 393, next level it goes to is 395 because that's the next resistance level. You can see right here, if it breaks above 393, next resistance is at 395, right? So I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to chase calls at that level. So we let it do its thing. And, as it was burning premiums and as we were getting into the close, I identified there was key resistance on the daily chart right here that was not tested at this $396 level. And there was also a lot of resistance at $395.30 and $395 with very nice drops, right? So as I was seeing that, I told myself, all right, if we start to get some resistance forming towards this mid 395 to 396 level, which we did, it formed a triple top, right? And once I saw this gravestone doji, and I also know in the back of my mind, if SPY is spiking and it's overbought, it's likely going to have a small drop into the close. And key reversal times where you'll see this happen, where zero dates can go crazy, is 3:45 p.m. That's a key time. So if it's having a strong overall move to the upside and you see it's touching key resistance, you see it's forming a resistance channel, it's forming a gravestone doji, and it's towards 3:45 p.m., that's great confirmation to scalp some puts with a tight stop above those highs. And it worked out very, very well. We timed the trade perfectly. So those are the recaps. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to change your life, man, you need to dedicate your trading to mastering the SPY. If all you do is watch SPY, trade SPY, recap SPY, if you're just consistently focusing on finding the best strategies to make money with the SPY, and you're surrounded by a team who's doing the same thing, we're massive transactions. We have people making six-figure transactions on one single trade. Every single day, there's millions of dollars flowing in and out throughout that SPY floor that we have. And we have people who've truly mastered this. We have a couple people who are making 5 figures every single day. They have that freedom. And they're teaching it within the chat as well. And they're giving their trades in real time. They're very grateful for the community that we've created. Because like I said, there's nothing like this. There's no team that is on our level of mastery with the SPY and that is truly dedicated to just trading the SPY. We're not trading other stocks. We're really just trading SPY. That's all I do. And I'm telling you, man, it's the best decision that I've ever made for my trading career. I started off with small cap stocks and all I would do is short them. It would work very, very well 9 out of 10 times. But one of the problems with my strategies was I would hold for big wins and it would hit almost 8 out of 9, 10 of the times with this gap fill strategy, same strategy I'm using on SPY that I was using with the penny stocks. But the issue was I had to put in so much equity to make a nice return because I was trading shares. I wasn't trading options. And if you're shorting a penny stock, the returns are going to be like 20%, 30%, 40%. So you do have to put some size into those shares. That's one of the issues with shares. You got to put up in size and you got to have some money to do that too as well. So I would have a big loss once in a while and it would wipe out a ton of profits. Overall, I did well, but I would have these massive losses, man, because I had to put up so much equity in the shares and then the hard to borrow fees were expensive. So I was like, I got to figure out a better way because if you're trading small caps, the most you're going to make is a couple $1 million a year if you're at the top of the level. If you're shorting them, it's a lot harder to make money in terms of getting to a very high level because the hard to borrow fees are just too expensive. So I hit a point where I was like, I have to learn something new if I want to expand my wealth. And the best decision that I've ever made. So from there, I started trading options. I was doing well, but I was trading stocks and stocks have liquidity issues. They're not as predictable. So what I've learned is if you just focus on SPY, once I made that shift where I just traded SPY, I cut out all the stocks. The reason why I love SPY is I find it to be extremely predictable with my unique trading strategies. And I find it to work very, very well. It has volatility, it has momentum, it has the most liquidity, and it's only going to continue to grow. And when I first started trading SPY, I wasn't doing well. I was losing money for like 8 months straight. I'm telling you, 1 year, it took me 1 year to dedicate I just dedicated my entire life. 1 year with SPY. That's when it really clicked. At first, it's going to screw you over. You're going to do very, very poorly at first. But if you have the right education, you're surrounded by the right group, it can really speed up the learning curve. There's people who've lost, hundreds of thousands of dollars to figure out how they can finally turn, 10, 20 grand into hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have to lose it first and pay that, tuition. But it took me about a year. It took me really about a year to get this down. And once you have it down, you really start to see the potential and how predictable this can really be. And then you just only grow and scale from there. I genuinely believe if you master SPY with the right education and you're trading the charts, you're trading how we are doing this, I genuinely believe it gets to a point, for the very most part, where losing is a choice. I think it can get to a point where losing is a choice and it just comes down to you being disciplined and to you to do exactly what you're supposed to do. If you can have that along with the skill set, I think you can be green every single week trading SPY. I genuinely believe that. I've only had, I think, 5 or 6 red days just this year, and I've already recouped the loss that I had on FOMC. That's another thing, man. FOMC, I've noticed, man, it's good to have some sort of limit in a sense. I love volatility and I love momentum, but one bad thing about FOMC is, having that high amount of volatility is just, it's just a little ridiculous, and it just doesn't make sense to have that much high volatility. It's like you have to time it even more perfect, and you have to get in and out even more perfect. It can be very challenging in a sense. You can be right, but then you just get stopped out. It could be very frustrating. You want to have some sort of balance. I might even consider just not trading on FOMC days or just waiting towards the end. Because it's a different type of momentum that you rarely see happen on the SPY. In terms of how the SPY averagely trades, it's like the perfect type of momentum. It's all you need. But on FOMC, it's literally like crack. It's like cocaine. It's just absolutely insane on what it does. You can have a very, very big green day, but you can also have a very, very big, red day, depending on how you're trading it during FOMC, right? But what we do is, man, you need to have a long-term approach. You need to understand you're not going to get rich quick trading options if you do it the right way. You need a long-term approach. At first, you're not going to make a lot of money, but when you build that consistency, you have that mindset, you're getting results every single week, you're going to start compounding your account, and you're going to build that discipline. And then I'm telling you, 1 year goes by, and then that's when your life can really start to change after that 1 year of consistency where you just have this down. The problem with most options traders is they start with a small amount of money and they take very, very big position sizes. And you could be the best trader in the world, but if you're going all in, taking big position sizes, you don't have risk management, my friend. There's no way to manage your risk. Yes, you can go with further expirations and take smaller losses, but if you're going all in on option contracts, there's just no risk management in place. Even if you're going with safer expirations, it's not the move. The best traders here, the ones who go with further dated expirations to protect themselves from theta decay and they get in and out quickly, they tell me they put in 20 to 30% of their account at most. And if you're doing 0 dates, you should not be going above 10%. In most cases, you should keep it at 5% of your account. So those are some sizing tips. Most people's problems is they try to get rich quick, they get results, and then they blow up their account. You have to play the long game. You have to see this as you're not really going to start making decent money until 1 year of consistency. But the way it works in terms of compounding is it starts off very gradual. And then a year later, it's just like a straight line up. It's like a supernova if you stick to your rules and discipline. But I do genuinely believe in terms of what we have, the community that we have, I do genuinely believe it gets to a point where losing is a choice. As long as you are disciplined enough to do what you're supposed to do and you know and you understand it and you're mastering SPY, I think every single week it can come down to losing is a choice. If you have that proper risk management set and you know how to master the price action, I'm telling you, at first, SPY is going to screw you. But once you understand how it's screwing you and how the MMs are playing you, you're really going to see how to profit by doing things different that the 90% don't do. But I think if you dedicate your life to just trading the SPY, eventually you will become profitable. One of the most profitable traders in here, it took him 5 years to become profitable. He lost over $800,000 in total, right? And once he became profitable, within 1 year of consistency, he scaled from making $500 a trade. Now he's making $5,000, $10,000 a trade, having days where he makes $20,000 to $50,000 a day on his biggest days. That's how this works. It takes time, but I'm telling you, 1 year of consistency. And if you play the long game with the right mindset, the right approach, and you're not going all in, you have the risk management in terms of what you're supposed to be doing in place, you should see results, and you will get this down to a point where you'll see like losing almost feels like a choice. It comes down to just discipline. Once you have this down to a T, it truly comes down to discipline, the right mindset, and risk management, just respecting your risk management. But in terms of trading the price action and trading the patterns, I've never seen anything like this besides penny stocks, where it's truly predictable. I use the same strategies that I was trading on penny stocks with the SPY, same gap trading strategies. Obviously it trades different and there's a lot more to know, but in a sense, at times I trade this as if it's like a penny stock with the options. I trade the price action. I trade the chart. I know there's strong support at 389 to 390. I know it's going to try to have a gap close reversal. I know when it gaps down, the worst thing you could do is buy puts at support. If you want, you could try buying puts when the gap fills for a quick reversal, which worked 3 times, right? I know these things, and it just consistently works. So take these tips, apply it to your trading. I will see you guys tomorrow live. I'll see you guys Sunday. We'll do the webinar with the newly updated plan, right? So the levels we're watching right now are going to be 395.75 and 397, 398. Those are my main levels to keep an eye on. Obviously, we're going to continue to watch 389 as well, right? So a new plan will be up by then. For those of you who are in Top G's new service, he's going to be doing his first educational webinar. He does one every Sunday for you guys. He's going to be doing that for you guys Sunday at 7 p.m. So stay tuned for that. Also, you guys have been, posting your results in the live chat and in the polls. But if you've been getting phenomenal results and you feel it's appropriate time, feel free to leave a testimonial for him in the testimonial section. If you see the values there and you're getting results, let us know within the testimonial section how you guys are doing. If there's anything you want us to add or any ideas you have to improve the service, send us a direct message as well. We're always looking to improve. But guys, it is just truly incredible in terms of the SPY floor that we've created and the results that people are getting. I got to give one last shout out to the team, man, because in terms of what they're doing and the people we have here, it is absolutely phenomenal, man. So big shout out to everyone, man, because they are absolutely crushing it and the results are here, the profits are in. If you want to use this weekend to study, you can study the video lessons. You can network with this community. If you want to use the weekend to connect with these people and to study the video lesson library, and you can go back throughout the feeds. You can use the search engine. You could see all the alerts that everyone's making. It's truly incredible. If you want to use this opportunity to study and get started now, it's the first link down below in the description. It's a one-time fee, and you get lifetime access. We're going to be raising the price end of March. And you can also get access, if you'd like, if you're a member within Trader Society, you can also get access to the new service that we launched with Top G. He's going live every single day on stream, in voice, and through the video sessions. And he's getting members results, and he's making people money, man. It's truly incredible on the results that people are getting. Just this guy right here, just $7 grand today, man. It's absolute. We got big hitters in. We have people who are trading with multi six figures. And we have at least 2 millionaires in this group. Dimitri's one of them. So if you want to learn from these people and take advantage of it, it's that first link within the description. We are dedicated to mastering the SPY. And as time goes on, we will be investing to anything that can help us become a better trader with the SPY. Another advantage with our strategy is we don't have to pay for like scanner software. Like I used to use Trade Ideas to find the hottest penny stocks and all this stuff, like $200 a month, all that stuff. We don't have to do any of that. We just trade SPY. That's the beauty of it. All we do is trade SPY. We don't need a scanner. We don't need to find the new hot stocks. We tune out all the noise. One last tip that I can give you is tune out all the noise, focus on dedicating to trading the chart, trading the price action. Don't gamble. Don't hold through news. Don't hold through FOMC events. If anything, you should be sitting out of FOMC events. Just the high volatility is just too insane. Just play it safe. Play a long game. Play a more disciplined approach. You have a small account, trade with one contract. Why trade with just one contract? Because you're going to earn your way with those small gains and you're going to cut your losses quick like we do to get to 2 contracts. Earn your way to the next level of contracts. If you can trade with 10 contracts, trade with like 2 contracts or 5 contracts. Earn your way to 10 contracts with the profits that you make. Take some gains out as you're compounding your account. Reward yourself. Understand this is going to take 1 year of consistency. You need to be disciplined. You need to do what the norm is not doing. You need to have that third eye wide open, right? This comes down to discipline. When you have the right approach with education, dedicate yourself to trading the chart, waiting for something to develop, using the right patterns, using the right strategies, wait for the bull and bear traps to get created, wait for it to gap up, wait for it to gap down. Don't do anything that has gambling to a sense. Enter the easy money, no-brainer trades at the best levels, right? And dedicate yourself to just one thing, trading the SPY, man. If you just watch and trade the SPY and you master it every single day, it's going to get to a point where you get better and better. That's just how life works. If you put all your time into energy into one single thing, it's going to get to a point where eventually you're going to get better and you're going to continue to improve. And I'm telling you, if you just focus on SPY, this is not all that you need. This truly is all you would ever want, is just mastering the SPY. And then from there, you could look into real estate. You could look into starting other businesses and stuff like that. Don't go trading multiple stocks, man. Learn one stock's price action. Price action, in a sense, cannot even be described at certain times. Sometimes it moves slow, sometimes it moves super fast. We know unreal type of price action is during FOMC, where it's just truly unbelievable on what the SPY can do, which can be extremely dangerous. And if something's extremely dangerous, that means, in a sense, you're not playing the long game. If you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation, you're not playing the long game. Unreal volatility can be a dangerous situation. Going all in could be a dangerous situation. Find a balance of the volatility you like. Find a balance of the position sizing that you like. Find a balance of the contracts that you like. You shouldn't be asking people, what expiration do you have? They have a different account, a different approach. The people with large accounts are not doing same-day expirations. They're doing 7-day expirations because the theta decay is practically nothing. That's why. They have an account so large where they see it as a disadvantage to be going with 0 dates because they don't have to. And it's like, it's not even, you're trading an option in a sense. It's like you can trade an option as if it's a stock if you go to further expiration because there's practically no theta decay. But if you're doing a 0-day expiration, it's like you're not really trading it as a stock in a sense. You have to time it so perfectly and you're fighting theta decay. You're losing money the second you get in, right? So be aware of these things. Educate yourself. Master one simple thing. And just so you know, that's what my group is dedicated to doing. You will see we do have a floor where we have swing trades and we talk about stocks. I personally rarely use these floors. I just trade SPY. I'm always in the SPY floor. That's all I do is trade SPY. It's all you need and it's all I want. I don't want to try to master a bunch of different stocks. It's going to affect the way I look and trade SPY. That's why. There's a cause and effect for what you do. If you trade 10 different stocks, each of those stocks are going to move a certain way. They're going to have different patterns. They're going to have different things that you need to know about them. It's going to affect the way that you trade, right? You're going to make things too complicated, right? There's no reason to complicate things. Make it simple, one simple approach. Start paper trading with Webull. I don't recommend them to use as a broker. I recommend TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. If you can't use them, then you can use Webull. But it's worth it. I'm telling you, this is worth it, man. It's the best decision that I've ever made in my career. So if you want to be a part of this and join and get started now, it's the first link down below in the description.